It is good evening from Beijing. This is Global Business on CGTN. I'm Lulu. Chinese President Xi Jinping has chaired the fourth meeting of the Central Commission for Deepening Overall Reform. He emphasized the importance of an efficient land management system aligned with policies and regional development goals. He called for better use of land allocation and greater capacity of land resources to support high-quality development. And he stressed the importance of green transformation in economic and social development, pointing to its role in addressing challenges in resources and the environment. President Xi Jinping also, General Secretary of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China, called for more grassroots capacity to handle disasters and accidents. And he urged faster construction of a comprehensive innovation foundation system to integrate technology with economic development. China's top financial regulator has pledged more sentiment-boosting incentives to make sure the economy gets off to a good start after the Spring Festival holiday. At a meeting on Monday, the financial regulator asked other government officials to focus on their regulatory duties and uphold the bottom line of preventing systematic financial risks. Officials said at the meeting vowed to crack down on illegal financial activities. He also pledged to strengthen coordination among relevant ministers and commissions to ensure every policy incentive is well implemented. Investors, companies, financial institutions, and scholars are suggesting that China's stock market regulator should tighten rules on initial public offerings to foster healthy growth of the market. And that is from a two-day discussion held by the new leadership of the stock market that took office 2 weeks ago. Many provinces have held meetings to explore ways to boost the business environment and private sector on the first working day after the Spring Festival holiday. For instance, Guangdong held a meeting to urge efforts for technological innovation and digitalization of over 9,200 enterprises above the designated size. In the meantime, Shandong's conference on high-level opening up called for more support to attract foreign investment. Anhui and Liaoning provinces held meetings urging for an improvement in the business environment and provision of opportunities for private enterprises. And similarly, Shanghai is continuing its efforts to optimize its business environment for the 7th consecutive year. And now for more discussions on this, let's bring in Mr. Zhang Gong, professor from the University of International Business and Economics. Professor Gong, many provincial and municipal governments held meetings what is dubbed as the first meeting of the Lunar New Year today. What are the key highlights from those meetings today?
Well, several important provinces in terms of their economic weight in China held meetings, essentially planning meetings among local leaders in last day, the first day after the Spring Festival. I think it serves two purposes. One, of course, is a time to set the targets, to make sure things are going smoothly, to some sort of a planning function going on. And I think another very important function is that this is also a time for various city leaders and township leaders come to the capital city of the province to make a pledge, essentially, that they will do certain things, that they will reach their target by the end of the year. So I think it highlights the imperative of economic agenda in China right now. So I think this is quite significant development.
So apart from what you talked about, township leaders coming to the provincial capital cities, also we're looking at many entrepreneurs, especially from those large enterprises. They're also gathering, sitting down together with those government officials. All those people working together on the first day of the Lunar New Year. What kind of message does it send?
Yeah, so I think one of the very important theme of government's economic work is respect to boosting investor confidence, especially among the private sector. So I think it's not surprising to me that these government officials would invite entrepreneurs and also leaders of the private sector, the private businesses, to come to these meetings so that government officials can listen to what they are looking for, what they are suggesting that the government can do, and how the government can help these companies. So I think this again highlights the importance of government's emphasis on private companies here in China to boost investor confidence and also to boost confidence among the private business community.
All right, and also today we saw China's top financial regulator held a meeting today as well, vowing to introduce more supportive policies to boost market confidence. What can we expect from them?
Well, the equity market in Shanghai and Shenzhen took a beating in the last few weeks, and I think the financial regulators and leaders are trying to come up with ways to boost some confidence in the equity market. And I think this is actually an important issue because consumption is also a very critical function of wealth effect here. And certainly the stock market is a big chunk of the wealth effect. So, I think there was once a term called irrational exuberance, and I would call this time it's irrational pessimism. In other words, the China stock market shouldn't be that low for that much long time. And I think with the pending government measures coming from the financial regulators, I don't expect maybe in the next few weeks or so, the equity market will have a little bit of a rally, hopefully.
Well, thank you very much for your insight, Professor Zhang Gong from the University of International Business and Economics for us. Well, China's proactive policies aimed at developing new productive forces, particularly in the pharmaceutical sector, have yielded positive results. Numerous prominent international medical companies have not only increased their investments in the country, but also have expanded their operations. Zhu Zhu has more.
The Chinese government has urged efforts to leverage innovation to develop new productive forces. Under this goal, the Beijing Economic Technological Development Area, located in southeast Beijing, is actively developing new drugs through intelligent manufacturing. Foreign investors, including Bayer, a world-leading pharmaceutical giant, have recognized the potential offered by the zone and have expanded investments.
大家看到现在这一台就是我们新引进的高效的自动溶出机器人。
The introduction of automatic equipment in Beijing has been a major milestone for the industry. The groundbreaking machinery is capable of dissolving pills into liquid for testing purposes. It also has a remarkable packaging capacity of 400 boxes per minute, leading to a substantial increase in production efficiency.
效率大概是相当于2到3个人。
Bayer's Beijing factory has implemented automation in the majority of its drug production procedures. This milestone achievement signifies a major step forward in enhancing efficiency and productivity. China's efforts to promote advancements in the medical industry have also resulted in the lowering of threshold for advanced medical equipment, including those used in Bayer's factory.
那我们得到了当地的药监局。
Our company has received valuable guidance from the Drug Regulatory Bureau of the Economic Technological Development Area. Additionally, we have been honored with funding support to further enhance the capabilities of our cutting-edge equipment.
In a statement issued by China State Council last year, there was a strong emphasis on intensifying efforts to attract foreign investments in the pharmaceutical sector. The statement specifically highlighted the need to streamline and improve the application process for registering drugs that are transferred from overseas production to domestic production in China.
Bayer Imaging Diagnosis Project received strong support from the official of Beijing's E-Town when it was first established. This support greatly accelerated the approval process, allowing the project to officially launch in September 2023.
In addition to Bayer, several other prominent multinational pharmaceutical companies have also established their research and development centers in China. Pfizer, the German biomedical giant, has set ambitious goals aiming to deliver 24 innovative drugs from its R&D center in China by 2025. Meanwhile, British-Swedish company AstraZeneca is pursuing over 180 ongoing R&D projects in China. Zhu Zhu, CGTN, Beijing.
Several of China's largest and most influential provinces are targeting gross domestic product growth of 5% or more in 2024 as the country gears up for economic growth. Many of them have mapped out blueprints to beef up support for new productive forces. Let's take a listen.
China has embraced the concept of new productive forces as a key focus of its economic work in 2024. What does it mean? This term refers to harnessing scientific and technological innovation to significantly boost economic productivity. China aims to achieve advanced productivity through technological breakthroughs, innovative allocation of production factors, and deepening industrial upgrading. Examples of these new sources of growth include connected vehicles, quantum computers, futuristic industrial robots, and brain-computer interfaces. So why is it important? The emphasis on new productive forces is crucial for promoting high-quality development. China has always prioritized scientific and technological innovation, as evidenced by its 12th place ranking in the 2023 Global Innovation Index. Furthermore, the success of science and technological innovation ultimately depends on talent. To develop new productive forces, China needs to enhance its efforts in promoting a virtuous cycle of education, science and technology, and talent. This involves improving the mechanisms for talent training, recruitment, utilization, and mobility in accordance with the requirements of developing new productive forces.
You're watching Global Business. Coming up in the program. China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi is in Spain to strengthen economic and diplomatic partnerships.
Strengthening the foundation for a future powered by innovation, where high technology, high efficiency, and high quality converge. These three pillars are set to propel China's new productive forces and supercharge the Chinese economy into a new era of development, new industries, new models, and new growth momentum. Join CGTN as we guide you through the new productive forces poised to redefine the Chinese economy.
China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi held talks with his Spanish counterpart José Manuel Álvarez on Sunday. Wang Yi underscored the significance of the visit as both nations' diplomatic ties embark on another 50 years. He stressed the need to strengthen strategic communication, enhance high-level exchanges, foster practical cooperation, and propel bilateral relations forward in the coming decades. He says that the China market is rapidly expanding and will continue to open up to the world, and that China welcomes the export of Spanish products to China. Underscoring Spain's support for openness, free trade, Álvarez said that Spain welcomes Chinese investment while ensuring an equitable and favorable business environment for enterprises. Spain highly appreciates China's visa-free travel for Spanish citizens and conveyed its commitment to facilitating travel for Chinese tourists as well. Bilateral trade between China and Spain has maintained steady growth, showing strong resilience and vitality. Data from China's General Administration of Customs shows China is currently Spain's largest trading partner outside the EU, while Spain is China's fifth largest trading partner in the EU. The value of trade between the two countries amounted to $51 billion in 2022. That is a year-on-year growth of 6.5%. Cooperation between China and the EU is also booming. Starting operations in 2011, China-Europe freight trains have made more than 84,000 trips, reaching 216 cities in 25 countries across Europe. In December 2023, China started trials for a new unilateral visa-free policy for ordinary passport holders from 5 European countries, including Spain, France, Germany, and the Netherlands, as well as Italy. The state-owned company China Three Gorges remains committed to the renewable energy sector in southern Europe. Spain has become a key focus for this company, which is actively contributing to the decarbonization objectives set by the European Union for the coming years.
In 2022, CTG enters Europe through the acquisition of Deller, which are a portfolio of operational megawatts of PV with a clear vision not only to buy these assets, but to develop an industrial presence within the country in the long term. As of today, we have more than 2 gigawatts, a portfolio of more than 2 gigawatts, not only in operating assets, but in assets under construction and development.
China has expressed its concerns about the EU's latest investigation into state-owned rail giant CRRC Qingdao Sifang over subsidies. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said today China hopes that the EU will prudently use regulations on foreign subsidies, resolve trade issues through dialogue and negotiation, and create a fair business environment for Chinese enterprises. And you're watching Global Business. Coming up next, we discover what new AI tools mean for the future of video journalism with the reveal of Sora.
The world economy as we know it is about to change. Global Business reports highlight emerging markets, developing countries, and dynamic sectors worldwide. We feature top analysts and newsmakers to provide perspectives on every facet of business. From an on-the-ground perspective, we provide you with balanced and objective assessments. Fast, sharp, and insightful. Global Business, only on CGTN.
OpenAI, the maker of ChatGPT, has revealed a new artificial intelligence tool. It is known as Sora. It's designed to convert text prompts into short, high-quality videos. And before we wrap up this edition of Global Business, our reporters Yang Chenxi and Liu Jiaxin explore what the new technology would mean for the future of video journalism.
Pretty much the biggest breakthrough in AI.
Sora, it can generate video clips from just text input. This stuff is really good.
The stuff that's going to replace us, the stuff that's kind of here now.
In journalism, we have a saying, report the story, don't become part of it. But this time, it feels a little bit different. As AI disruption takes aim at our industry, many of us reporters ask ourselves, what impact would AI videos have on journalism and people's understanding of whether what we show them is or isn't real? And will we be out of a job one day?
It's not often that we become the interviewees. I first asked our in-house cameraman about his thoughts on these Sora-generated videos.
From the professional point of view, some of the perspectives in the videos are illogical. However, for the majority of the audience, these images can already pass as authentic.
I then sat down with our fellow tech reporter, Jiaxin.
So what do you make of it?
Well, I feel like for the first time, AI videos are starting to challenge perceptions of reality. I mean, still you can detect some of the flaws. For example, AI still cannot get text characters right. It's all still gibberish. But look at the whole image. Wow, considering how previous AI videos from just a few months ago are just so creepy and bad, I think Sora could be the start of something big.
That could be a fake news nightmare, no? Remember those AI Trump arrest images that went viral? Now imagine you have videos of multiple angles of the same incident. TV live streams, shaky phone recordings, and drone footage, all as seemingly as real as they could be.
Yeah, and it gets even more terrifying when you think of one of Sora's highlights, which is to alter videos and artificially extend them forward or backward in time. So now an AI Trump arrest video could even have multiple fake endings.
Yeah. I'm sure Sora will open a new can of worms for global tech regulators. I talked to some of them last year, and they've been stressing the importance of joint global AI governance. And now with Sora, I guess they'll have much more to talk about.
That's why OpenAI is not making its tool available to the public just yet. The company says it's working on combating misinformations, hateful contents, and biases online, and it also says its new video model will reject the request to create celebrity lookalikes. I guess in the near future, we will not be seeing Sora-generated Trump videos anytime soon. Or will we?
I just hope that we won't be proven wrong in a year or so. So what do you think this could mean for video journalism?
Well, I'll be honest, it's hard not to feel some kind of existential crisis at first.
So does everyone in our industry, I guess.
But it's too early to be pessimistic. I mean, journalism, especially live reporting, is about recording things in the real world as they happen and telling stories that have not been told. How can AI generate something that's not in the database yet?
That's really kind of a paradox, isn't it? So Sora trained itself by imitating and studying the work of humans. And for the longest time, it is the random spark of human creativity that forged new techniques and advancements. So if AI were to put all artists and storytellers out of business, will it have the ability to continue pushing boundaries like we humans do?
There are always more questions than answers, right?
Ask ChatGPT.
Sure.
And now for more insights on Sora and what it brings, let's bring in Mr. Andy Mok, Senior Research Fellow at the Center for China and Globalization. Hi there, Andy. Great to have you on the show as always.
Lily.
So we know that AI is considered to be the main driver of developing what we call new productivity in China. What kind of new potential has Sora created?
Well, Lily, we certainly hear and are hearing a lot about Sora's ability to turn text into very realistic video and the impact this might have on video journalism. But I think, and this of course is important, but I think there's another very, very important aspect that needs to be mentioned. And this is that Sora is a very important new piece to the puzzle of creating artificial general intelligence. And why is that? It's because when we look at ChatGPT, other large language models, this is one kind of AI model called GPT, or Generative Pre-trained Transformer, designed to work with text and to predict the best next word or series of words. But Sora is based on a completely different kind of technology called a diffusion model. And what this does is basically it's trained to take away noise to reveal an underlying image. And this is very exciting in and of itself. But what's even more exciting and terrifying is what this means is that Sora is able to develop foresight about the physical world. And it might not be AGI, or artificial general intelligence, or what I call AI, or artificial animal intelligence, meaning that dogs, cats, monkeys, lions, eagles know how to manipulate the real world. And this, I think, is the truly exciting and terrifying thing that Sora really is signaling.
That's interesting. And do you think that we have sufficient tools to address ethical and copyright concerns surrounding Sora-generated video? How do we really balance, innovation and regulation?
Sure, and that's always the challenge. I think along the lines of misinformation, deep fakes, I think I see two things that are a little bit more positive. I think the first is we should not underestimate mankind's ability to adapt. So I think that we all will become perhaps more skeptical of anything we see online, exactly for these reasons. The second reason for some optimism, I think, is exactly the efforts we see being made at national levels and at the multilateral level to address the harm from misinformation. And that includes things like watermarks, other, I would say, legal, bureaucratic, and economic means, as well as technical means to address this. But again, I think what this really heralds is the next piece of the puzzle that will allow AI to move from the digital realm of images and words and sounds to the physical world, where AI-powered robots can do many things, perhaps even become news reporters.
Yeah, that actually leads to my next question. What kind of impact do you think tools like Sora would have on related industries? Earlier we discussed about what kind of impact it might have on video journalism. What about other industry? Let's say filmmaking, commercial producing, animation?
Sure. Well, this is, I think, one of the most important areas that scientists and policymakers are thinking about. And that is, if we do have a world of AI-powered robots, that could essentially make labor infinite, so the supply of labor infinite, whether this is factory workers, plumbers, journalists. And what this means is that everything may essentially become free, products and services. And this will be tremendously disruptive from a political and economic perspective. So again, I think it seems like this might be a long ways off. But again, this is what some see as both the promise and the peril, not just the digital side of it, the ability to create very realistic videos of increasingly longer length, increasingly realistic, that will be impossible to tell apart from authentic human-created videos. But at the same time, it will also dramatically alter our physical world as well.
Well, interesting. Thank you very much for that discussion, Mr. Andy Mark, Senior Research Fellow at the Center for China and Globalization. And Italy's military police force has unveiled a new star recruit for the bomb squad that is a robot dog. Now, this crime-fighting canine-like technology comes from the US and is armed with a range of capabilities to help officers in high-risk situations. Hermione Kitson reports from Rome.
Meet Saetta, the newest member of Italy's military police force, the Carabinieri. But this is no regular four-legged recruit. It's the first police robot dog in Europe.
We are very proud to be the first to acquire this kind of technology, and we believe that this technology will have big developments in the future.
The crime-fighting canine can be operated from 150 meters away and is able to reach terrain inaccessible to regular vehicles. It can also climb stairs, open doors and retrieve objects.
Saetta allows us to raise our level of security because our Carabinieri officers can operate remotely and not intervene directly in situations of very high risk.
Saetta is an important innovation for us because we have the possibility to develop the phase of reconnaissance in emergency situations in a secure manner.
Saetta is being deployed by the Carabinieri bomb squad as it has laser and thermal detection systems that allow it to identify threats such as explosives.
It's controlled thanks to this tablet with a console and joypad, and the software is very intuitive. It has sensors that help it to avoid obstacles.
Saetta is manufactured in the US by Boston Dynamics. The robot dog model Spot has been distributed in 35 countries for a range of uses.
The Boston Dynamics creation was officially launched in 2016. And while they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, thanks to AI, some Spots around the world are now even talking.
Spot models integrated with ChatGPT-4 can now process languages and images.
My linguistics have been meticulously crafted to provide an authentic British experience.
In the future, Saetta too could have a voice and maybe even playmates of his own.
At the moment, we don't exclude that one day Saetta will have friends that will participate in active army operations.
Hermione Kitson, CGTN, Rome.
And that'll do for this edition of Global Business here on CGTN. I'm Lulu in Beijing. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.